You are listening to The Vocal Technologist. Spoken tech for your ears.
Welcome. Today, we're trying to cut through some of the noise around data and AI. We've looked at a bunch of recent industry sources, and the mission here is simple. Pull out the key insights, the stuff you can actually use.
Yeah, it's moving so fast, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Data science, data engineering, it's constant. And these pieces, they really do give a snapshot of where things are heading, some big shifts happening.
Okay, so let's start there. Getting data to people faster seems like a big theme. What's really jumping out at you from these sources about making data, easier and smarter to access?
Well, one thing that's really interesting is how companies are sort of sidestepping old trade-offs. Take ClickHouse Cloud's distributed cache for S3.
Okay.
It's not just speeding things up a bit. It's kind of changing the game for doing real-time analytics directly on cloud storage, like S3.
Right, which is usually seen as, cheaper but slower.
Exactly. This cache makes it perform like high-speed storage, sometimes even better than local SSDs, by sharing the hot data between compute nodes. It makes that cloud storage genuinely high performance.
That is a big change. And search, too, right? It's not just about structured data anymore. I saw things about Dropbox Dash, Instacart. How are they tackling search?
Yeah, good examples. Dropbox Dash is fascinating for multimedia search, finding images, videos quickly. They index lightweight metadata and use these just-in-time previews. So you don't load everything at once. It means less waiting, less compute cost. You get right to the bit you need fast. And then Instacart, they're doing cool stuff with PostgreSQL search. They're blending traditional full-text search with semantic retrieval.
Meaning it understands the idea behind the search?
Precisely. Using pgvector. So it gets the meaning, not just matching words. And they've unified it all into one system that scales really well and gives much more precise results.
Wow. Okay, so lots of different angles, caching, better indexing, semantic understanding, but all driving towards faster, smarter data access.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, what I found really interesting was the automation side and how we're maybe changing how we even think about engineering these systems. What stood out for you there?
Oh, definitely. The automated KPI narratives. Hugging Face's Smolagents framework. That's a prime example.
Explain that a bit.
It basically takes raw data, like performance numbers, and automatically generates narrative reports, like written explanations of what's happening.
So AI writing business reports from the data?
Pretty much. It automates that whole analysis and report construction part. Frees up analysts for more strategic stuff.
That's huge. And does this push towards more automation, more rigor?
Yeah.
Does it mean we should really be thinking of data and AI work as engineering, like a formal discipline?
I think the sources argue strongly for yes. It relies on scientific principles, math, iterative building, just like software engineering.
Right.
It's not just ad hoc analysis anymore. It's building robust, maintainable, intelligent systems. And that requires proper engineering discipline. You even see it in things like database testing. Well, people are moving towards data fixtures instead of just mocks for testing, say in PostgreSQL. They're faster, like incredibly fast, microseconds per object, and more reliable because they use the real database logic and constraints. It reflects reality better.
Okay, that makes sense. Discipline. And speaking of established tech evolving, what about Kafka? It's been the king of streaming for ages, hasn't it?
It has, yeah. 10 years of dominance. But some sources suggest its older protocols are starting to limit things a bit.
So it's emerging.
We're seeing a move towards more flexible sort of cloud-native designs, things like new object store integrations. Red Panda is doing stuff there. And totally new systems like S2 are popping up. It suggests a future less tied to those older ways.
And platform engineering fits in here, too.
Absolutely. Centralizing database expertise, offering databases as a service, often with AI baked in to automate tasks. It's all about making data operations smoother, more efficient across the board.
So if you connect the dots, it feels like we're really shifting from just processing data to actually engineering these complex, automated intelligence systems.
That's a great way to put it. It's a fundamental shift.
Okay, so let's quickly hit some of the cutting-edge tools and maybe trends that are just on the horizon. What else caught your eye?
Well, Google Cloud's Open Lakehouse is interesting. Using Big Lake with Iceberg native storage on their cloud storage, integrating engines, making things more seamless.
And making data streams easier to query.
Yes, Confluent's work on letting you query Kafka using like plain English SQL statements. That really opens up real-time data to more people, a big accessibility jump.
And tools to optimize AI itself. I saw syftr mentioned.
Right. syftr, it's open source. It helps automate designing GenAI workflows. It uses fancy optimization, multi-objective Bayesian stuff to balance cost, accuracy, latency, helps avoid endless trial and error.
Very practical. And in specific domains like healthcare.
Google's MedGemma is notable. They've open-sourced these generative AI models trained specifically for medical text and images. Could be quite impactful.
And finally, that insight from the current London conference puts a bit of a different spin on things.
Yeah, it was an interesting observation. Despite all this amazing tech innovation, like using Flink jobs as AI agents, really deep stuff, the overall data streaming market seems to be facing slow growth.
So innovation is high, but the market's maybe consolidating.
Seems that way. More competition, vendors trying to find their space in a market that's maybe maturing. So yeah, lots of change, but maybe some market headwinds too.
Okay, so wrapping this up, what does it all mean for you, the listener? We've seen these huge steps in getting data faster, automating insights, rethinking the core engineering, and AI is just woven into everything now.
Which really brings up a crucial question, doesn't it? As these tools get more powerful, more connected, how do we make sure they're not just clever tech? How do we ensure they're used ethically and are genuinely beneficial for everyone?
That's definitely something to think about as you digest all this. Thanks for joining us for this look at the latest in data and AI. We hope you keep exploring these developments.
You've been listening to The Vocal Technologist. Tune in next time.